The victory, which was as commanding as it was clinical, has given Mikel Arteta's side a much-needed confidence boost as they continue their campaign. The players stepped onto the training ground at London Coney full of energy, smiles, and determination, clearly feeding off the momentum created by such a dominant display at the weekend. Arteta himself could not hide his delight as he addressed his squad during the session. He openly praised both the collective effort and the flashes of individual brilliance that defined the victory. At the same time, he reminded everyone that while the result was important and worth celebrating, the true challenge lies in consistency. According to the Arsenal boss, every training session counts, every match is another test, and it is the hunger to improve that will shape the season ahead. Yesterday's triumph, he said, was the result of hard work and focus, but he urged his players to keep their feet on the ground, stay humble, and continue striving for more. The training session itself was electric, full of intensity and purpose. Senior players like Captain Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Jesus set the tone by pushing themselves hard during drills and leading by example. Their determination was clear for all to see, and it had an immediate influence on the rest of the group. The younger talents in the squad, eager to prove themselves and earn their manager's trust, followed the lead of the veterans and impressed with their sharpness, discipline, and commitment to maintaining the high standards that had delivered the 3 points against Nottingham Forest. Arteta and his coaching staff organized the session carefully, ensuring that those who had featured heavily in the match were given time to recover with tailored exercises, while others were pushed into tactical and technical drills to keep sharpness at peak level. Particular emphasis was placed on quick transitions, relentless pressing, and decisive finishing, areas that Arsenal had executed with precision in their victory. The drills were not only designed to prepare for the next game but also to reinforce the style of play Arteta is embedding into his team's identity. Even with the joy of the weekend win still fresh, Arteta made sure to ground his players in reality by stressing that their next Premier League challenge demands full attention. He explained that enjoying victories is important for morale, but the real mark of a top side is how they respond in the following matches. He reminded them that the league is long and demanding, and momentum can only be maintained through focus, discipline, and consistency. This message was clear: celebrate the win, learn from it, but shift focus immediately to what comes next. Arsenal's fans will be overjoyed with not only the result, but also the clear evidence of unity, drive, and ambition within the squad. Seeing their manager deliver encouragement while demanding excellence, combined with the commitment of the players on the pitch, provides supporters with the reassurance that this team is building towards something greater. The victory against Nottingham Forest was more than just 3 points. It was a statement that Arsenal are not only ready to compete but determined to dominate. With senior players stepping up, young talents seizing their opportunities, and a manager who refuses to let complacency set in, the Gunners look like a side hungry for success. The training session at London Coney reflected this balance of celebration and preparation, a squad full of belief yet grounded in the reality that bigger challenges are still ahead. For Arsenal fans around the world, this moment feels like the start of something special, a season where momentum, focus, and ambition combine to push their team closer to glory. Arsenal have officially returned to the training ground following their dominant 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, and the atmosphere around the squad could not be more positive. The players arrived at London Coney in high spirits, buzzing with confidence after such a convincing performance, and Mikel Arteta himself was visibly delighted as he addressed the team. The manager praised the collective unity on display, highlighting how every single player contributed to the result while also applauding the individual brilliance that shone through in key moments of the game. According to Arteta, yesterday's win was not just about the scoreline but a reflection of weeks of dedication, hard work, and laser focus. However, he was quick to remind his players that while celebrating is natural, maintaining consistency throughout the season is what will ultimately define their success. In his words, every training session matters, and every upcoming fixture is another opportunity to prove themselves and keep building momentum. The energy on the training pitch was contagious. Senior figures like Captain Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Jesus led the way, displaying determination and professionalism in every drill. They set the tone for the rest of the group, especially inspiring the younger players, who also caught the eye with their sharpness and eagerness to impress. Arteta made sure to encourage the youngsters, telling them to keep raising their standards to the level required to compete at the very top. The session itself was a mixture of recovery exercises for those who had played the bulk of the minutes against Forest, while others were put through intensive tactical drills. Quick transitions, pressing with intensity, and clinical finishing were the main areas of focus, perfectly aligning with the blueprint Arsenal executed so well in their last outing. Despite the celebratory mood following the victory, Arteta kept the squad grounded by reminding them that the focus must now switch immediately to the next Premier League challenge. The message was clear: enjoy the moment, but don't lose sight of what lies ahead. Arsenal fans, meanwhile, will be thrilled not only with the emphatic result, but also with the sight of a motivated squad, a manager reinforcing high standards, and a group of players fully committed to sustaining their winning momentum. The Gunners look sharp, hungry, and determined, and with this mindset, the journey ahead promises to be just as exciting as it is demanding.